Hello. Hello, guys. How's it going? Welcome to XR Happy Hour. Not extended happy hour. It's just, a happy hour. I'm not extending myself like the Fantastic Four. What's his name? Oh, God. Mr. Elastic? Something like that. I am super excited for the Winter Soldier and was it Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier? After WandaVision, something like that. But yeah. So if you can see and hear me, drop a message in the chat. Let me know you're there. Or, I could just, if you have any questions, then ask away. Or I'll ask a question. What do you call a cow that plays the violin? Mozart. Using that one in the classes next. In the background is my dog. He likes attention and he likes toys. Hi, Pam. Good afternoon. How are the things? How's life? Hi, Pop. Hey, Michael. Nice to see you guys. So I am here to answer any of your XR questions. So if you have any questions, ask away. Or I'll just, tell stories. One of my friends, she just got orthopedics. And the very first moment that she wore them in front of me, she was like, I stand corrected. I was like, you know what? This is why we're friends. Ooh, that's a very good question. Pam and Michael, what are you working on or what are you interested in regarding AR or VR? Ooh, digital twinning. Consumer product at scale. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, man, that's cool. That LiDAR workshop is probably going to be one of your best bets because LiDAR can also be used to scan objects and to save that. So if you're using like a product selling point and you want to use like some sort of digital twin, you're gonna need a digital version of that thing, right? Super cool. Speaking of digital twins, I believe it was Bing, of all things. Bing and Microsoft have actually been working together with like Microsoft Maps. And so like Bing basically has like a digital twin of the entire surface of Earth. And it's readily available through their services, like Azure services. So it's like super, super cool. Oh, okay. Okay, so some little nuggets. Little nuggets? Nuggets, yes. There is a link for the replay for the workshop there. Yeah. Well, here's a question. What bird never knows the lyrics to songs? A hummingbird. So on the HoloLens, there's this little hummingbird that if you hold your palm out, the thing will like float around to you. It'll flutter and just like flutter around your hand. And if you have your hand away, then it'll like flow away or fly away. And this hummingbird was designed to teach people how to use their hands to interact with digital constructs, right? Because like apparently we need to be taught how to use our bodies again. It's just kind of hilarious. But if you think about like people, maybe they're a bit older, maybe they're like generation, I don't know. But they've only been using like computer monitors and like a mouse and keyboard, and like that's the only thing they know, really. Maybe like a typewriter, if they're that old, you know. So then like throw HoloLens on them and they're like, I don't know what to do. So then this little hummingbird is, you know, teaching people that they can use their bodily gestures to interact with something that's from a computer. It's kind of funny. Oh, hello, Cindy. Is your first time attending this live event? General question. How did I get into this XR field? Ooh. That is probably this is not very good advice. But part of how I got into this field is being in the right time at the right place. Being in the right place at the right time. There it is. That's the expression. Because dang. So at the time, I was working as an EIT in the power industry. So if you know what substations are, I was designing those giant lattice structures and the protection and control of that thing. So like those giant lattice structures where power lines sort of converge to and are distributed to like the power grid of the city. So those things need to be like, you know, protected. If like a short happens, like power can't really be disrupted to your household. Like you always want a constant flow of power. So as an EIT, I was sort of like doing drawings, being one of those people. And so and this is in Calgary. So, and if you hear squeaking, that's my dog. So in Calgary, there was this festival called Beakerhead. which is my favorite festival in Calgary. It's like a mix between art and science, and there's all of these giant LED structures and like science, and like mad science and all these things. And there was an event hosted by this thing called like Geek Chic, and they had an event all about virtual reality. And Lou was there. Lou, the founder CEO of Circuit Stream, and so he was there and he had his headset all set up there. And this was like, I don't know, maybe like 2.5 years ago. Circuit Stream was tiny. It's great. My, how we've grown. And so I threw on this headset, and it was just like the Oculus like landing point with like the little robot where you like pick up things and you like shoot things, and like a robot just sort of like waves at you and like prompts you to interact with things. And I threw it on, and it was like so intuitive to use and so easy and amazing. And I was like, holy shit, I gotta do it. And then like nothing happened because I was still working as an EIT at the point, and I wasn't really like I don't know anything about development. I hardly knew anything about code. Especially C#. I knew a thing or two about logic. But yeah, so we fast forward a little bit, and then Magic Leap comes out. And there's this thing on Magic Leap called Tonandi. And Tonandi is like, it's Icelandic. And it was made in conjunction with this band called Sigur Rós, which is like beautiful, ethereal music. And like this Tonandi roughly translates to spirit or sound spirit. So in this app, you could like interact with these digital things that just sort of were procedurally generated all across this your environment. And when I tried, and Circuit Stream sent me an email because they're like, Magic Leap has been announced. And so I like, for some reason, I was also at one day I was at this startup talk, and it was all about like virtual reality and cryptocurrency. And I was like, I'm gonna go to this. And I sit down at this table because we had like assigned seating. And then, you know who sat beside next to me? It was Lou. And so we got to talk, and I was like, so what about this Magic Leap? And he's like, yeah, we have one. And I was like, can I try it? And the first thing I tried was Tonandi. Totally agree, Michael. Absolutely. Oh, it's so beautiful. So yeah, so I tried the Magic Leap headset that Lou had in his office, and I was like, I got to do this. And then he's like, yeah, okay. Here I am. So it's like a combination of like being in the right time or be at the right place. Oh, puppy. Being at the right place at the right time. But then afterwards, it's like a shit ton of hard work. So yeah, that's my XR story. Directly attributed to Sigur Rós. I should send them something. So Adam, you got into the field about 1.5 years ago. So excited for the next gen collaboration XR. Isn't it amazing? You did this thing about years ago, which was dope. Catapulted you. Nice. Oh, do you have a link? Nice. You know, the more I learn about C#, the more I realize that it's such a powerful tool. It is so powerful. Oh, puppy. Oh. Oh, so Adam, can you drop a link? Is it on Steam? Do you have a website? Can we creep you? As I say that in a creepy way, sorry. No way, it's on Unity's website? Holy crap. What is it? Unity 3D. Is it under case studies? Under case study? Is it, I'm going to bring this on my other screen here. Is it called Fall Guys? No, you said AEC Industries, so there's something. Is it Mortison? Is it Autolife? Case studies by industry. AEC. I'm just gonna go down the list here. Okay. So architecture, engineering, and construction. Is it Marxent? Marxent? Or Mortison? Or Mortison's hospital project? Is it Shop Architects? Or is it Skanska? If you tell me what company it is, I can drop the link, man. It's one of these ones. Oh, is it a 3D room designer? Or is it Valerio DeWalt Train? Okay. Unity. Walt Train. There it is. Oh, nice. Dropping the link. Well done, Adam. That is super cool. You know what? Let's share the screen. Let's take a look. Take a look here. And there it is. Valerio DeWalt Train used Unity Reflect to reimagine the Denver skyline. Oh, we got some celebrities on the house in just 4 weeks. Dang, you developed it in 4 weeks? Oh my God. 1-to-1 scale on-site augmented reality application showcase a. Dang, did you use a HoloLens? If it was a HoloLens, was it the HoloLens? Oh, that's so cool. Building the prototype. We'll play that a little bit. There you are! Oh! Nice. As a designer, iterations of a building can feel very different from one vision to the next. As a 1-to-1 scale AR application, you can do the site walk with the client in between every iteration and get real-time feedback. Dang! You're the lead XR developer. Ooh. That is wicked, man. Let's see. You chose Unity Reflect? Yes. But then it was AR. Are you using mobile AR? You are using mobile AR. Ooh. Nice. And Mapbox. Ah, yes. Mapbox is a very powerful tool. Very, very powerful tool. You got a video explaining how you did that. Is it this one? I bet it's this one. Nice. Man, that is wicked. Godfrey Hotel, and you got. Wow. Thinking outside the box. Nice. Let's give a little shout out there. Very cool. That's neat. That is neat. Well done, Adam. That's wicked. You know, if you wanted to throw that on a HoloLens, there's a really neat way that you could do that. And you could use like cloud rendering, it's called. So the HoloLens is like a relatively low powered device, right? So it can't render like what do you have, like a 36-story skyline tower. It can't really render that in that much detail. But what you can do, or what you can use using Microsoft Azure services, is have cloud rendering. So the cloud does its computing, it renders whatever it is that you want to render, and then just like streams it to the headset. And then in the headset, you see it. And there's like zero performance cost. It's not even using your CPU. It's just using the onboard embedded GPU there. And it was like, yeah, that'd be neat. Just, giving you some ideas there. Nice. Nice. Glad to have you back. Yes, there's the link. Azure Remote Rendering. That's what it's called. Maybe we'll have a little workshop on that. Ooh. Really apologize for the squeaking in the background. Getting my dog's anxiety meds too. So maybe. So what other questions do you have? If you don't have another question, I have a question for you guys. What borders on insanity? You want to know? What borders on insanity is Canada and Mexico? I'm pretty sure America's previous president would call Canadians like snow Mexicans. So tell me your XR questions here. Maybe I could answer something. BC. I mean, B Cindy story, not BC. Or BC Indie story? Or B Cindy story? BC Indie? I don't know. Anyways, I have a question. I do not know which type of HoloLens you should buy. Should I buy it on Amazon? Do you have any questions? Cindy. Okay. Okay. So currently, you can only get the HoloLens off of like the Microsoft store, and right now it's like really backed up. So you can't really get a first generation HoloLens anymore. You can only get the second generation HoloLens, which is really what you want. So when it comes to purchasing one of these devices, there's a bit of a back order. There is very much a back order for these headsets. So it might be a little bit difficult to get your hands on one. But you should purchase it through the Microsoft store and not Amazon. If it's on Amazon, that would be real weird. What? Is it on Amazon? Let's check. No, it is not on Amazon. There's other headsets on Amazon, like Oculus Rift S or Vive Cosmos or a Quest. But currently you can only purchase it on the Microsoft Store. It does cost about $3,500, so it's pretty penny. But if you have the means to get it, like, yeah, get it. Absolutely get it. It's an incredible piece of technology. Yeah. You get a brick and a HoloLens box and all of your money will be gone. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, mainly. I don't really know where the Magic Leap company is actually headed in, and I don't know if there's going to be like another iteration of the Magic Leap headset. I don't know if I would actually recommend buying a Magic Leap at this time. If you got it for like super cheap, then like, yeah, absolutely try it. But I wouldn't. Oh, I feel so sad to say this because it's like, yeah. Let's see. You see the Varaho with photorealistic camera pass through. What? It has photorealistic camera pass through? That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. How much does one of those headsets cost? Google this. Ooh. That's a pricey headset though. That would be real cool. Interesting. Very interesting. If you could get your hands on that. Oh, that's steep. Ooh. I don't know if I could justify that. I don't know if what are my thoughts on web AR and web VR? You know, I really hope that it takes off a little bit stronger. Yeah, I do hope that it takes off stronger, because currently right now is that like no one really seems to be in agreement with each other. And the way to get like AR apps onto your phone is that you you have to download an individual app every single time. And this is bullocks. Like, give me one consolidated area to have AR functionality and to have that, standardized. But nobody really wants to do that because everyone's techniques are different. So that's where web AR and web VR come into play, because it's a standard platform that you could do. Maybe it won't be as powerful as like actual AR and actual VR, but at least for like maybe product design, maybe for like shopping experiences that don't require a lot of processing power, that would be your ideal solution, because you don't want everyone to like download your specific app. That'd be nonsense. Wait for the Apple AR device. We'll see. I'm really excited. Yes, Michael, you are absolutely true. We'll see. It's like playing chess here. Playing chess. So it is an approved solution partner for Unity. Interesting. Saw in the news. Ooh, yeah, that's true. Unity is focusing on The AEC. Got to get the AEC. No, I was learning the alphabet, but for some reason I couldn't get past X, and I didn't know why. I can feel you guys shaking your heads at me. You know what? I love it. So what other questions you guys got? Or I have a question for you. What do you call a mouse that swears a lot? A cursor. Eighth Wall is doing something with WebAR. I don't know specifically what they're doing, but I know that they're doing something. And I believe that they have some. They're doing something with AWE in their virtual workshops or conferences there, so you probably sign up for some of those things through AWE. That is website. Do you have any AR designs that I like a lot and would I like to share? You know, I've been using the HoloLens a lot, and oh god, I wonder if I have a video. But on where is it? Dang it. I don't know if I do. But on the HoloLens, what I really enjoy is here, let's show that again. But on the HoloLens, what I really like is that they have these like palm up menus where like if it detects like a palm up, it'll have like a little side menu that just sort of pops up over there. And so like the HoloLens has like articulated hand poses. It's tracking your hands to like a crazy degree of accuracy, and it's much better than the Quest 2. So what I really, really liked is that they have that detection of the palm up. And so on this palm up, you have like that menu that just sort of like pops out, and then you can like push all these buttons. Now that is a design that I really, really like. And there's an example of that in the MRTK examples packages or core packages or something like that. And so that's what I really, really like. They also have like some good design practices too. I wonder. Ah, yes, there it is. There she be. Hand menus. So I wonder if you guys will be able to see this. Let's turn that off. There it is, the hand menu. There. I love that. Love it. It's so great. And so you'll find that this is one of the most unique things to like any sort of hand tracking in UI interactions or AR designs where you know, there. It's like magic. Yeah, so then they also have like these different sizes of menus that you could use, and all these little sliders you can like use your finger and then like scroll up and down. And so there's a bigger one that you can see here. Yeah. They have those buttons, and then you have those pinch sliders like that. That's called an air tap. And all these things. So yeah, and this is also This is also really, really a good constraint to have, because you don't just want to have like any palm up detection. You want palm up and a gaze, or like an entirely flat palm rather than like kind of sort of here, right? So then they have like hand menu best practices too. Like you don't really want menus that are like by your fingers, because like the thing with like the HoloLens and our devices that are getting more aware of the human body is that we also need to account for like all the different ways that a human can express themselves to technology, right? So like if you have a hand menu that depends on having like 4 fingers, what if you don't have one of those? What if you lost your finger? What if it was degloved? It's horrifying. So then like having hand menus by your fingers is not, it's no bueno. And then of course, like having that arm, it's sort of difficult to maintain that hand tracking position because you're looking at like here or like there. Yeah. So these are just some examples of like what not to do. Yeah. Super cool. Right? Dang, Adam, you'll be connected. You'll be connected everywhere. You know, if I had an iOS phone, I'd be on there and be like following, be like, what you doing? What you up to? Wait a minute, you've been developing an accessible menu for the blind in VR? For the blind. I have many questions for you. Like, what degree of blindness are we talking about? Like, I know, and a really good example of designing for different people who have like different sight problems is actually with The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2, which is like a fantastic game. So in The Last of Us Part 2, they had like 60 different settings that accounted for different variations of color blindness. And that's just like, that hasn't really been done before in like AAA games. There's hardly been any focus on maybe people who are outside of that sort of focus. And actually, one of the students here in a previous cohort was on the autism spectrum. Is it called autism now? But he's on the spectrum. And his sort of project idea was because like no one actually designs for people who aren't neurotypical, who are neurodiverse. And so his idea was building a framework of a whole bunch of different customizable options where you can select like the colors, like how vibrant they are, because maybe that's distracting. You can like filter out some of the sounds that are happening in game. The Last of Us 2, yes. Like filtering out some of the sounds for or like the frequencies that might be a little bit difficult for someone to handle. It was a really, really interesting project there. There was like saturation settings and a lot of things. So we ran through like the different accessible senses that someone would be encountering and stuff like that. So I have a lot of questions for a menu for the blind in VR. Like haptics? Are you using haptics? Haptics and light? I have so many questions. When I started learning what was the first AR project I developed that I was really proud of. Good question. The very first AR project was actually on the Magic Leap. It was a walkthrough about an appendectomy process. And so what I did there was Oh man, was that a learning experience, especially when Magic Leap was out and nobody knew what to do with anything. But so yeah, this app just walked someone through the process of an appendectomy, and it showed like sort of like a random generation of some possible side effects. And so there was like gallbladder inflammation and sort of like where you would insert what's it called, a trocar, and it would have like the animation of a stomach like ballooning because they have to inflate it, because they have to like inflate all the things and like the organs out of the way so they can like get to the. Oh, I'm getting queasy. There was no blood in this thing, but still kind of shocking. So there was like you had like a little XR or X-ray controller like thing on your hand, and you could like use your finger to like poke through this model of a body that had like 8 different layers of complexity in it. Yeah, it was really cool. Super, super cool. Good question. That's gross, man. I think there was a Kickstarter actually about like a VR smell app, or like VR smell mask. Oh, there it is. It's called Feel Real. Yeah, it's a little smell mask right there. All your dreams come true. We should try it. Smell the virtual reality. Realistic. You want to smell burning rubber? You know what? Maybe. Oh, Skyrim. Want to know what the smell of burning flesh is like? There's an there's a Unity SDK. Oh, I'm gonna bench that. I'm gonna bench that. That's. You know what? If there is like. Nope. And hi. Yes. Sound. You know what? It would be really cool for meditation. It would be. And you know what? It would also be really cool for dragon poop. I mean, what does dragon poop smell like? Honestly, it could smell like anything. Ooh, about the blind. Menu for the blind. It's a little meta to think about. Here's the glimpse. When you enter VR, you get audio haptic feedback. The menu is split between 4 distinct virtual regions. 4 distinct virtual regions. 4 distinct virtual regions. I wonder if that has to do with like the focus. Ooh, you can move through virtual space and look at objects via raycast to tell you what they are from a distance with audio feedback. Ah, I totally forgot about audio. Ah, interesting. That is so cool. Man, Adam, you're a superstar. Ooh, what you got? What you got? I'm all about that HoloLens. I'll stop sharing this one. But maybe I'll send this link to Lou and be like, yo. You're not going to tell us what it is? Industrial app using the HoloLens. Very interesting. I've been playing around with some different like perspectives and shaders and everything. So when I got this iPad that I did the LiDAR workshop with, there was this game that I really wanted to play, and it was called Monument Valley. And Monument Valley is all about like Escher type of structures. And so I'm thinking that like, how would this look? How would this look in a HoloLens? And so with the HoloLens though, because like you're not always in isometric, you're going to have to move around and actually move your body to like get yourself in the right perspective and to like command all these things. So it's been like really interesting, like moving and ducking around, because like with the HoloLens, like, yes, you have your hands, you have your eyes, you have your GGV, right? But a lot of people forget that they can actually move around in this space because they're so fixated on this like digital thing. And they're like, oh, I can actually walk through it. I could actually walk around it. And so like using these sort of like Escher type of structures where they're only lining up if you like see it at a certain distance or at a certain perspective. It's like throwing people for a trip. Well, do I have good news for you? I have created a wrecking ball simulator in VR, and it uses a whole bunch of stuff. It's really fun. Miley Cyrus would be jealous. MR is considered one of the technologies in industry 4.0. Ooh, nice. Nice, bud. You're still not giving away what your HoloLens 2 app is. Good question. What do I think about VR animated movies? I love them, and I particularly love Penrose Studios. Let me share my screen here. They've done a number of different VR animated videos, and I love every single one of them. And so there's this one, which is their current one. And then there was this one, which is, I guess, coming. And they had like a lot of different sort of movies. There was, which ones did they do? Show me the goods, worlds and stories. Ah, yes. I loved The Rose and I. I loved this one. There it is. So this is like a cute little story. And it was like, I think it was partially inspired by, what was that? Something about a prince. There it is. The little prince. Yes. So it's like, it's really, yeah, I love VR stories. I love them. So yeah, Penrose Studios is a good one. Allumette, I think, is really, really neat. Definitely check out Penrose Studios for some VR animated movies. Right? Isn't it? Oh man, that would be great. There's a company in Calgary actually called Adabotics, and they do like automated warehouse stocking. And I think they're like just starting to explore like mixed reality solutions there. So yeah, you were absolutely right. Right? Why do we even need to leave the house? Or I think we're starting to get into like Ready Player One territory. Absolutely, no problem there. Penrose Studios is really cool. If you want to check out some weird but cool arty stuff, check out Meow Wolf. And like, if you want to talk like weird art, like Meow Wolf is kind of it. I think I've seen some Meow Wolf people at AWE, and they've given some talks there when there were conferences. Do you have any other questions? All right, the question. How does a train eat? It choo choos. I can feel the face palms. Here's the link here. Do you have any other questions? Any other questions? Or forever hold your peace. No, just kidding. I'll do this again. AR Kit, AR Foundation, Vuforia, AR Core. Which one is better to use? It depends on what you want to achieve. AR Foundation, we use that basically to talk to both iOS and Android devices. So, in like developer terms, AR Foundation is an abstraction of AR Kit and AR Core. So with AR Foundation, you can use either AR Core or AR Kit type of SDKs. So it really depends on what you actually want to do. If you want to do something like object tracking, right now for your phone, if you don't want to use any sort of like developing your own sort of like TensorFlow or OpenCV object recognition, ARKit has an easy way to track objects. If you're using like image tracking, both AR Foundation and Vuforia has image tracking in them. Now there are other things that are distinct between like ARKit and AR Core, and they both have their own take on some of the same distinct AR features like anchoring, and so does AR Foundation as well. So in terms of like which one is better to use, it depends on what you want to do. And An AR kit has LiDAR as well. So that's the new one that's only available for like the recent iPhones and iPads. It's like, it depends, man. It depends. Yes, you are right. If your company can pay for a subscription to Mars, staircase to Mars, like, yeah, try it. It really streamlined the process there. Well, Vuforia has its pros and it also has its cons, right? It does have image and 3D model tracking. I would say that those two things can be done in like ARKit if you're looking for it, or even like just AR Foundation if you're using like OpenCV or TensorFlow. Because you certainly can do that there. And depending on like how you code the thing, it might actually be better. Who knows? So you're developing an app that will allow operators in the factory to control machines just from the control room without going to the front of the machine. Ooh, that sounds cool. That sounds real neat. Super cool. You guys are all superstores. Man. Dang. So I'll give you guys like 10 more seconds to answer a burning question, and then we'll call it a day. We'll close this XR happy hour. Oh, we do have a question. Okay. What is the thing you're most proud of creating or working on in AR? Ooh, that's tough. That is real tough. You know how like you know how a mother is proud of every single one of their kids? That's how I am with every single one of the apps that I've made. There are some things that have like programmer art and like look shitty, but like the concept behind them are really cool and like really, really neat. And like those things are still something that I'm proud of. So I would say that like I'm proud of all the things that I've made in AR. It's a good question. I love all of my children. This is not Animal Farm. No one child is more equal than the other. Oh, what is your problem in Unity? What is it? As you're typing out your problem in Unity, I'll ask another question. Extra question. AR Foundation versus Vuforia versus Mars. Which one? Mars is using AR Foundation, so it's really a question between like workflows, I guess. Yes, that is a really good article for comparing which framework, which SDK that you want to do. Do you have a platform where you share your works? Yes. I do. It's called Reddit. Reddit Unity 3D. It's where like a lot of people go to showcase what kind of like things that they're working on with Unity there. So yeah. Unity 3D is Reddit thread is like it's pretty cool. Sneaky. No problem, Adam. Good to have you around. We'll stay in touch. Okay. So in the Universal Windows platform and player settings, you don't have the XR settings to activate Windows Mixed Reality. Which version of Unity are you using? Because if you're using 2020 versions of Unity versus 2019 versions of Unity, in 2020, you have to go through the package manager. And then in those XR settings, you have to download and select whichever SDK that you're using. And then once you have that, and then you have your XR plugin management, that's where you activate your Windows Mixed Reality settings. That's in 2020. So when it comes to 2019 versions of Unity, you're using 2019 version. Okay. So you don't have XR, like you don't have the legacy XR settings. If you don't have the legacy XR settings, you might have to. Interesting. It's a bit tough to solve because I can't really like see your project and sort of poke around at that one. But I would recommend Universal Windows Platform. Okay. So that means you're probably using like MRTK. So when you import MRTK, there's an option there's like a little pop-up that comes up that's like configure my project for Windows Mixed Reality or something like that. So you can select yes to everything, and then that might solve it. But you might still have to go into like your legacy XR settings and enable VR or XR, whatever it's called there. So if you don't have that, I recommend going into your package manager and downloading the XR legacy. What was it called again? XR legacy settings, maybe? I think that's what it's called. My memory is somewhat blanking on that one. But try that one. And if you still don't see that, try re-importing all of your assets and all of your packages. So I think it's in your assets, and then like down that menu, you'll have like a re-import all. Like try that one and then see if that solves it. Good question. Do I have to learn C# or can I use Python to develop XR related apps? Oh, there are like language wrappers that you can get in like Unity. So if you don't want to use C#, you can like get a wrapper and use either JavaScript or like Python. Now, I don't know how well those wrappers work though, because I just use C#. But that's one of the ways that people use different languages to, develop XR related apps. You might get you might get some weird like syntax stuff. And if you're diving deep into like how packages are doing their things, like just learn C#. If you want like a crash course in C#, like Circus Stream offers an introduction to C#, which I'm sure if you are a developer with Python, you just breeze on by and you get like a good head start there. No problem, Michael. Nice to see you again. Sure thing. Definitely try that. And then, maybe like send us an email, drop us a line, tell us how it goes. We do have a public Slack channel that you can also ask questions in. So yeah, stay in touch there. Let me know how it goes. Don't know if you can learn C#? What is this nonsense? You just learned Python. You know code, you know logic. Of course you can learn it. What's holding you back, man? As one of my favorite lines in the movie Dodgeball. I will tell you guys, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. If you can learn Python, you can learn C#. See, Cindy agrees. And this is a very good start too. Very good start. And if that is all the questions, we'll wrap it up. I'll give you 10 more seconds to ask another question. And then for real guys. No problem. And before we go, I'll leave you guys with another question. What do you call an angry nut? A pistachio. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. It's been great. There's another question. Sorry. Still here, but you may have code performance anxiety. Don't take it seriously at first and you'll love it later. Yes. Good advice there. Good advice. All right, guys. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. Stay healthy, stay safe, and happy coding. See ya.